on your tables, there's a one-page handout, and at the top it has the Rutgers University Alumni Association logo and the Day of Service symbol on the right. So that's what I'm here to just talk for a few minutes about. Rutgers Alumni Day of Service is an inaugural initiative of the Rutgers University Alumni Association, which is our university-wide official organization. This is the first year that we're launching this, and it's going to be university-wide. There's going to be flagship events on the Newark, New Brunswick, and Camden campuses, and it's really a volunteer engagement initiative. We have 400,000 Rutgers alumni, and our goal is for as many of them as possible to come together on one day to do service projects in the name of Rutgers. They are not only projects that benefit the Rutgers campus, they are going to be community projects in New Brunswick, Camden, and Newark. But what's even greater about this is that our alumni volunteers throughout the state, across the country, and even around the world are going to be creating projects in their own community. Again, all in the name of Rutgers, so this is all creating positive awareness about the university. So what I just wanted to tell you today is a little bit about this new program, because we hope that you'll hear more about it through our communications, through some university communications, and it's something that any member of the university community is able to participate in. But as the Communicators Network, we're also hoping to have help spreading the word about it. So again, if you have a newsletter or you have a website and you're able to put a link to this on there, we would be able to provide this design as something you could link to. This handout here is actually just the current main page of our website right now, so ouralumni.com/day of service. Right now we're still developing some of the information and posting some of the events, but that is the hub for all of this information. So just quickly go over a few points. One of them is that President McCormick has agreed to participate in a hands-on way in our New Brunswick flagship event, which is going to be at Rutgers Gardens. So that's really exciting for all of us. We hope he'll pick up a shovel and plant a flower or whatever they end up doing there. But as I said, the Camden and Newark events are also being held on campus. Our volunteer events are still getting off the ground. As you know, they're volunteers, so they take some time to get their things together. But once they do, what we're encouraging alumni volunteers to do is go to this website and submit their volunteer project information, and that way it will post on the main website. We have a feed set up, and that feed will pull in all the projects that are being created around the state and around the country, and then any alumni can visit that page and sign up for one of those projects. And really it's just a day of service. Show up, help out, soup kitchen, food drive. There's a lot of raw initiatives being in the works. It really is up to the volunteers, whatever their need is in their community. We're encouraging them to do that. On September 13th, there was a kickoff teleconference planning call for all interested volunteers. So if you know of people who might be interested in participating in organizing a project, whether they're alumni or not, they're welcome to contact the volunteer office. That information is right on here, and there's tons of resources for them to get started with this. And let me flip back over my notes section of the page. Our Alumni Association board is championing this, so you'll see a lot of our board members out doing hands-on projects and leading projects. And again, I just want to reinforce that this is for the entire university community. It's being organized and hosted by the Rutgers University Alumni Association, but it's definitely something that we welcome any member of the university community, which extends to family and friends and neighbors, to participate as volunteers. Just find a project that interests you and sign up. And just a quick note, some people ask, well, my local church or charity organization, pet shelter, they do something every Wednesday, and that's not November 10th. Can we consider this part of National Day of Service if I organize a Rutgers group? Yes. We don't want to make it difficult for people to participate in this. So if that is the case, we have some suggestions for ways that you can celebrate National Day of Service on that day by posting pictures about your event that maybe happened the day before. So there's some element of it happening on the National Day of Service, which again is November 10th, which is, who knows what November 10th is? All right, go Communicators Network. We intentionally selected November 10th as the date because it's Charter Day, and we will embrace that. And I think we're looking to, if this does become an annual event, which is our hope, to continue to have it on Charter Day and it become part of the university's Charter Day celebration. And just finally, our intention for, after the Service Day projects take place, we're asking all participants, all project leaders, to report back to us a few specific statistics that everybody can answer. How many people participated, how many hours per volunteer, so that we can create a follow-up presentation that shows the total impact that Rutgers University made worldwide on this day. So that's really it. Just wanted to give you some information about this very exciting new program out of the RUAA. I encourage you to contact our volunteer office for some of the specifics. If you have questions about, if you're interested in helping us communicate this and promote this to your own constituents, feel free to contact also the volunteer office, or you may contact me directly. I apologize, I did not put my own information on this handout, but again, I'm Lori Riley. It's at lriley@winans.rutgers.edu. And if you go under one of these tabs up here, you can find our staff directory as well to contact me there, or the volunteer office would direct you to me. Again, we can provide artwork. If you have a newsletter that you'd be able to include this in, that would be really great. Does anybody have any questions? Yes?
Oh, good to see you.
I was like, I wasn't sure if that was Kim until she spoke, so yes.
So those who participate, will there be any sort of branding? Will they have a T-shirt or a button or something so people know that they're participating in this initiative?
What I think we're hoping to do, in addition, this isn't going to be like a pin, but they're actually stickers. So we hope everyone will wear a sticker, and we're going to encourage everyone to wear Rutgers gear, and just make sure that what they're doing is clearly in the name of Rutgers, so that those photo ops are meaningful and everyone knows that Rutgers is behind this. Sure. Anybody else? All right. I hope to hear from some of you. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joanne Disastro. I'm the Senior Director of Creative Services in University Relations, and I'm here to share with you our brand new University Relations website. Just like many people here, one's own website is the last to be worked on. This project probably took us 2 years and had many participants, and I'd like to shout out specifically to Cindy Paul and Jeremy Johnson for dragging us through to the wire at the end there to finish up this project. What we did in this website was try to organize a lot of material that would actually be helpful to you. This website is full of resources. We did focus groups also to ask students what they looked for in websites. Many students, we learned, go straight to search. So one of the things that we tried to abide by is sort of some standard web practices. Just by habit, you will notice that if you look at many websites, search is in the top right. We didn't deviate from that. So we didn't, if you look at our website, you might say, well, that's not that creative. No, nothing is upside down, nothing is sideways. It's really pretty clean and simple because we wanted people to be able to find the information that they were looking for. We're sort of information geeks in our office. We want you to find what you're looking for. And sometimes in Rutgers, that's not that simple. University's large. There are many people responsible for a lot of different offices. And so we stuck to a design that is actually very clean and simple, white space, not a lot of fuss budgeting. There's not a lot of glowy things going on. One of the things we did is we have Getting Started, University Relations Managed Websites.
Is this just University Relations information?
No.
That's on this site?
No.
No.
It's information that we've gathered from throughout the university to try to point you in the right direction so you can do what you need to do. It's really a home base. It's your place to come to when you're not sure how to get something done. And it isn't just about how to build a website or how to do a brochure, how to access and torture Jane. Oh, sorry, Jane. We have a whole section on events and outreach. And this information was in a number of our sites before.
I was going to say, can you read the headings that are in white in the black bar? 'Cause we
The
can't
navigation
read it.
across the top, can you read that, Joanne?
Can I read this?
Just tell people, because they can't see it. I
Oh,
can't
it's
see it
take
from
one.
right here.
Take one. Okay, it's about us. That's all about university relations. We just limited bragging rights about us to that section. So we are there. Also in that section is sort of a resources link. So that's where we took everything from the whole site and sort of put it in a bunch of categories there. Cindy, correct me if I'm wrong. Just flag me if I'm saying something wrong.
And that's where you'll also find the departmental information, contacts for all the departments.
Yes, all the departmental information in case you want to reach our VP, Kim Manning, and send her emails instead of any of us. You know, that's okay with Kim.
That's what she gets for leaving the room.
I knew she wasn't here. I saw her step up. There's also, Paula.
Okay, then send it to Paula.
Okay, advertising and sponsorships. That's where you will find the link to the ad review site, where you will find hopefully our new sponsorship policy and endorsement policy when that is going to approved. That's in the works.
Right, and that's also for external audiences. It's not just for Rutgers audiences, but external audiences that want to advertise in our media or sponsor our events will also find.
Cindy, you have to talk
ad lib.
louder. You have to speak louder when you
You need
answer
the
questions.
mic.
People in the back can't hear you.
Cindy wrote this.
Well, not just saying it's not just resources for internal Rutgers people. That the sponsorship of the advertising and sponsorship is a good example of people outside of the university who want to use Rutgers resources, want to advertise in media guides and athletics, or want to advertise in Rutgers magazine, or want to sponsor Rutgers Day or any other event. So we're really trying to be as broad as we can in conveying what the services are, not just to Rutgers audiences, but external audiences as well.
So next, events and outreach.
Events and outreach, I guess go to the promote your events. This was like one of the favorite things in the
Into the
focus
mic there,
group.
Cindy. Sorry. Into the
One
mic.
of the
I
favorite
can see the
things
people
that came out of
wincing.
the focus group was this page. It's really this whole expanding lists. It's really a great summary of all of the resources in all these different areas. And again, we didn't do this by hierarchy or organizationally. We did it by function. So if you want to get you're interested in advertising, or you want to get something printed, or you're going to have an event, this is a way of finding out about all these different resources that aren't, again, not just university relations resources, but other resources on the campus. And the focus group people just loved this. They thought that was really a terrific resource.
We had fun. We had fun creating the site.
Yes. Yeah, photography, this is a really, really good section of the website. It really gives you great information, very, very specific information, all the way from how should you prepare if you are going to have your photograph taken, or if you are taking a photograph of somebody, how to contact Jane and Nick to arrange for photography, what are the different options. If it's not Rutgers imagery, if you also want to get imagery that's from a stock photo house, or that's something that's in the public domain that you can access. There's just great tips about how to take pictures, summaries, what are the common things usually you have to do. You have to shoot an event, a speaker, you have to take a headshot of somebody or a group. There's great tips there. There's pricing there. And we also are very careful to direct people to purchasing throughout the website, so that you know how to properly purchase external vendor services, and that's in the photography, and also in print and in other spots in the website. Print, you'll find information about printing and advertising here, and this is also about design. And again, it'll take in all the different aspects. So you'll find information about photography and print, all the way to if you take a photograph, there's a difference between the dots per inch of the quality of the photograph that you can use in print versus something on the web. it's all that kind of information. So we're really trying to give you the resources to be able to go ahead and not necessarily always have to work with university relations or somebody at the university, but be able to also do things yourself with good advice for if you're going to be working with external vendors. RUTV, that's really covering all the different options in how to get something on RUTV. If you want RUTV to cover something, it's really a very good overview of
but it's not just RUTV, it's RUTV and video, so it covers other services at the university.
At the university, not just university relations.
The guidelines for outside vendors.
Yeah, this is a really good one because people increasingly want to come to Rutgers to use our locations for commercials and for print ads and TV shows, and so these are the guidelines for all of those folks to find out what the ins and outs are. And it's a very specific website. There's a lot of good information there. Trademark licensing is awesome. There's like great details. These tchotchkes here, these things, the bags that are sitting on the tables, pens that people give out, everything from that to clothing, advertising, using the logo, the visual identity for the university, that's all in there. There's tons of great information with great links to other sub websites.
We already did the website.
Yes, and I just want to show them one thing on the website and the communication, the creating and updating. Next one down. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. This one, it's loaded with information about creating and updating a website. Tips about writing, everything from the beginning and how do you get your URL? What's our information architecture? What's a platform? What's the best way to present visually information on the web? What are resources around Rutgers for learning how to do websites? All depending on your level of expertise. A lot of connections to information technology courses and HR courses on campus. So that's a really, really great resource too. So.
Yes, I mean, we developed this based on our own experience. I mean, what we have here, this image on the left, this was actually how we did our information architecture for the New Brunswick website. You don't have to be fancy. We did Post-its on the wall on a piece of paper and moved things from category to category, and then we took a picture of that, and Eve made the information architecture, and we used that for the website. So, I mean, you don't have to be super high-tech with everything. I mean, you just have to work through the process. Hopefully, what we have here on our website will make your jobs a little easier. If information is not accurate, please feel free to contact anyone in University Relations. We just want to make sure that we've done it the right way. If there's additional information that you think would be useful, let us know. You can send an email to me, you can send an email to Beth, or again, anyone in University Relations. So we want to make this a useful site for the university, and we hopefully will be updating it constantly. Thank you.
Are there any questions about that site before Joe goes away? Lori? Yes, Lori's question is, do we address social media at all? And yes, we did. It's addressed also in the section
it's in
on
web and e-communications, and it's also in events and outreach. There's a whole section on it in web and communications.
Right. For those in the back, that's web and e-communications, and a whole section of it on events and outreach. So really, there's also a search mechanism on the UR website, so I encourage you to go on there and just play around and use it. And let us know your feedback, because it's a lot different when you're doing it yourself than having people out there using it. I've been using it for different things and finding things that I did that don't make any sense to me now that I'm using it and we're making some of those changes. So it's a really great site, and it's really about everybody. It's not just about us. So thanks, Joanne and Cindy and Jeremy and everybody else in Creative Services and Jane, and who all made it happen. Before I get you to come up and introduce yourself, Dean, I do want to acknowledge Margaret O'Donnell. Thank you, Margaret, for stand up, or for arranging us to have this room. real budget for this program. Obviously, we had technical difficulties. That's what happens when you have no real budget for a program, but getting space and getting people to volunteer their time, like Bob Gerdes and Laura Transu, I wanted to thank them. Also, I just hit up Frank Rita for the next, maybe having the next meeting in the best hall in that new computer lab, and then maybe everybody can sit two at a computer and we can actually see the presentations. So we'll talk about that as we go on. But I did want to thank Margaret for making the facility available. So here you go, your next presenter. Flip that one. There you go. And speak loudly.
Speak loudly. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Good. My name is Dina Pagnozzi, and I'm the director of this wonderful facility that you're in right now, the Continuing Studies Conference Center. Over the years, we've changed the name of our conference center from the Continuing Education Center. Before this name change, we were the University Inn and Conference Center, and now we are the Continuing Studies Conference Center. So we've had a little bit of an identity crisis along the way. About a year ago, we were hitting some hard times, and we had decided that perhaps the best way to make this facility operate was to only open for groups, similar to the way Conference Services actually has their business. Only when a group would come in would we open the doors, because it's much easier to staff once you know the amount of business that's coming into the facility. Because prior to that, we were accepting transient travelers, which were just individual people coming to stay on the university campus. There was an outcry from lots of the departments that use our facility for visiting travelers and visiting professors. So we put our heads together, we made some staffing changes, we tweaked some of our amenities that we were normally including in our guest room rates, and we once again reopened for individual travelers as well as groups at our facility. So right now we are still accepting reservations for individual overnight travelers, and in August of this year we actually launched our own online reservation system where individuals, either departments or visiting people coming to visit the university, can actually, like any other hotel, can actually check availability for individual guest rooms and book their guest rooms right online. So we think that's a great step in the right direction. We are still renting our conference rooms here at the facility, and I was hoping to give everyone, after this presentation, to actually give everyone a tour of the facility, but good news for us is that we're actually sold out with all our guest rooms this evening, so I don't have any available guest rooms to show everyone, and a large part of our conference space is being used today. So right now you're sitting in the addition to what was someone's home years ago. Most of our conference rooms are in the mansion side of the facility, which if you look out the window, that was someone's home years ago. The university purchased that home and added the dining room that you're sitting in, our largest conference room downstairs, and our 25 guest rooms. At our facility, it is one-stop shopping, so you'll deal with one person when you call in to inquire about booking a conference or a group of guest rooms, and you'll deal with Donna Binstein, who's sitting in the back today. So if you did have a conference coming up, a retreat, a planning workshop, this is a great location. We are conveniently located, right? We have a lot of groups that come here that are outside groups as well as Rutgers entities, and they like to use our facility because we are centrally located and we're on the university campus. Many clients that come here to use our facility are very happy to be able to walk outside the door and hop on the campus bus system, which takes them to any part of the campus, so that's a great sell for our facility as well. With all the changes in our facility here, we are able to offer guest room rates as low as $65 for groups booking or $69 for transient travelers. Right at the moment, we're going through a revamp of our website, or else I'd pop it up right now to show you. We had our own ITV studio come in a few weeks ago, and we took new photos of all the guest rooms, of all the conference space, and within the coming weeks you'll be able to go on our website and actually take virtual tours of all of our conference space here. I invite you to take a giveaway on the way out. We also have some information. If you'd like to drop a business card in, we'd be happy to include you on our mailing list. And in December, we're also bringing back our holiday buffet, which we had done for quite a few years. We brought it back for the first time last year in quite a few years, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. It's an opportunity for you to come on out with some of your colleagues. We'll have the web blast go out through the faculty staff bulletin in the coming weeks, And it seemed to, well, it'll be 2 days in December, and everyone seemed to really enjoy it. So we hope that you'll come back to the facility and schedule a tour with Donna to see some of the rooms here at the facility. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you.
Well, that's the end of our formal, if you want to call it that, because it's been pretty informal, actually, the program for today. I would invite Dina. Are there enough? We had more people than we probably gave you as a registration, so I hope there's enough bags back there, but that will make some available or something. And I just wanted to thank everybody, encourage you to stay and talk. Please welcome Renee Walker as her first meeting here. I think it's pretty brave to come to this group after only 2 days at the School of Management and Labor Relations. And Dan Stoll is back there in the back. I would particularly like you to welcome him coming from Newark. And anybody else, I know there's a lot of new folks, so don't just strand them here. Go up to them and tell them who you are and give them a hand to reach out to. You know how big this place is and you don't want to ask questions, so please welcome them, and thanks, and we'll see you next time.